morning. Happy new month to you out there where you watch us and listen to us live on CHRICED radio and television where your matter now we own. My name na Princess Anyana, and thank you and welcome to another wonderful edition of Inside Naija, the Bunge program where we say they carry on give you the big stories them inside the news and even waiting there for inside the front pages of the newspapers. Now for the news, since yesterday, since we entered this week, Oga President now don't they collect different type questioning for all of the travel. We don't they travel and say we not see the impact of the journey. That's now one of the matters then we'll be say we will put out inside for the show today. Then we will also take you to the matter of say even states now don't they collect wodo on top, say the money where they collect from federal don't increase, but people say they never they see the impact of that increase in money for inside the lives of country people. We'll still bring you a little update from the Yelwata Kilikili will be happened for inside Benue State last year. All of that and more, and go come up for the big tourist segment of the show. But right now, make we rush. Go tell you what's in there for inside the front pages of newspapers. No go anywhere. We still there for here. Sharply, the Punch newspaper, now in there my front, and the first story there say federal government don't they do different moves to begin they share the electricity subsidy money with states. For the Igiaga for inside PDP, Wike side don't they plan convention after the win case for inside court. APC don't bring out a 73-member national convention committee. For the changes inside the electoral law, Senate go resume their debate today after all of the para where they don't collect from people. Big money, small impact. Governors, they face a hot fire. On top about 9 trillion naira money where they don't collect from Federal Account Allocation Committee where they not defeat the impact. They say federal allocations increased 37% after the removal of subsidy, and now they go they shine torchlight on top how states them take the spend. NLC, Sabi people for economy, opposition parties don't they yarn their call of belay on top this matter. Refiners don't they battle crude shortage as Nigeria exports 306 million barrels. Courts don't put for remand 9 people on top the killing of 150 people inside Benue. No other country they see clearly day by day like Nigeria. Now Reverend Kuka and that one. A father now don't the ginger they find justice on top the strange deaths of him Pekin inside Lagos hotel. Ministry they blame delay of budget as South Africa don't quench light for inside our embassy for that country. You go see all of this and more for inside the Punch newspaper this morning. Now the next paper for my hand this morning, now the Vanguard newspaper, and inside the Vanguard, Nigeria they lose $77.7 billion to illegal money flow inside 10 years. Now one report, now and that one on 2027 APC, now they do moves on how to exploit opposition disunity. Desani spend £140,000 on furniture and others that now waiting a lawyer. Tell London court be that vexation full everywhere now as Nigerian music superstars they disappointed again for the 68th Grammy Awards. Onitsha market lockdown, 10,000 shops now they don't mark to demolish. We've opened markets but nobody is coming to buy from us. Now waiting the traders they and be that market leaders don't they hail traders them. State governments now go they share the payment of electricity subsidy. Now waiting Ogbonge government yan be that and some other small to follow Makoko protest, police use expired tear gas against people the way they do we no go agree. Now Falana na in the yan that one. Malami they challenge EFCC and ask the court to set aside interim for future order on top property. You go see all of that and more inside the Vanguard newspaper of this morning. The next paper now The Guardian, and inside The Guardian, I'll be running for Presido in 2027. Obi don't finally confirm that one. Court don't stop NLC, TUC, others from to go ahead with strike and even protest. Presido don't direct ministries, departments and agencies to disclose electricity subsidy and pay their bills. Party politics by court order na in dey scatter internal democracy and opposition. Court don't remand suspects of the Benue killings inside Kuje Correctional Centre. NBA say there should be time frame, make them get a time level for settling any case of law. On 2027, Saraki reject the hand where APC stretched to Ram, the hand where APC stretched to Fintiri as ruling party still dey ginger say make it come join them. Reverend Kuka say Nigerians must come together to stop the killy of Christians and Muslims them. PH worry refinery workers, they do we no go agree, say they never pay them salary. Soludo visit Onitsha market as people of the state continue to do sit at home. Nigeria, they pay heavy price for underfunding education sector. Now Oshibajo, na Iyan, that one. You go see all of that story and more for inside the Guardian newspaper of this morning. Now the Daily Trust. Inside the Daily Trust, X-raying Murtala 7 states at 50. On FCT, Labour insist on we no go agree even though court order stop them. South Africa don't bring back light for Nigeria High Commission after them pay the money where they owe. They lose billions for Kano commodity hub. Fireway catch market, single market don't lead to a lot. Malami, they tell court, I got 958 million as gift, 374 million as salary. They don't kill one Nigeria person as they fight for Russia inside Ukraine. One man, the accusation be say don't kill papa stepmother for inside Plateau State. Boko Haram don't kill 17 people inside Borno State. You go see all of that and more inside the Daily Trust newspaper. Now, the Daily Sun newspaper. Inside the Daily Sun newspaper, marketers now don't they want to make everybody tie their wrapper, tie their shokoto for petrol supply we no good steady. Say bank debt, the money that they owe bank, they increase and it don't scatter their operations them. For on top the coup that now they wanted by force being changed government, military, don't they searchlight another suspect and they find one before GOC. General Babalola, the ginger soldiers them, say make them maintain discipline and maintain loyalty. On FCTA rally, court don't ban NLC TUC, but the joint bodies them say no going back. APC policies, they very wicked, it not be for the people at all. Now waiting David Mark, ADC Chamo, the yarn be that. Soludo don't go shop for inside Onitsha main market as traders open market and refuse to sit at home. Malami, they ask court to set aside the interim for future order on top in property. All of that and more, they inside the Daily Sun newspaper this morning. Now, the Nigerian Tribune. Inside Nigerian Tribune, Yelwata, Kilikili, federal government don't drag suspected terrorists enter court on 57-count charge. 19.65 billion naira now we budget for health sector in 2026, no be 68 million naira. Now waiting Ekiti government, they explanate be that. How I take get my properties? Malamido begin to explain and come ask the court to set aside the interim for future order. Fintechs processed 11 billion naira worth transactions in 2024 as startups raised $520 million inside equity. Now CBN now drop that report. All of that they inside the Nigerian Tribune newspaper this morning. As we dey round up the front pages of papers, make we give you Punch Sports Extra. You go here say Chukwueze don't show quality. Now Silva, they yarn that one. Lazio want to keep Dele Bashiru. Anthony Joshua don't step out for in Peking game after the car accident. Nadi completes a move to Marseille. Onyedika don't settle to stay for Brugge. Bellingham to miss 6 games. Rodri, they face ban after in rants against the referee. Arsenal fall with a Tonali move. Lookman, they ready for Barcelona Madrid challenge as Atletico star don't become the Nigeria's second most expensive player. Rashford return to United. It is unlikely. Ajagba, Martin don't set for their clash on February 15. Nigeria now don't strong hand for their training for Uzbekistan Davis Cup tie. All of that and more now you go see inside the Punch Sports Extra newspaper this morning. And now we will wrap up on top the front pages of newspapers for today. But join us tomorrow, same time, same station for another edition. Right about now, time don't reach for us to move to the big victory segment of the program. No go anywhere. We dey come back now. Welcome back. If you know, there with us live on top YouTube and on top Facebook, you're there on a long ten. So sharply, there with us every day, Mondays to Fridays, live on YouTube, live on Facebook at CHRICED Radio TV. And we're there on other social media platforms at CHRICED Radio TV. Our website now www.chricedradiotv.com. Moving straight into the big victories, I get Kolawole Omoni with me this morning. Kola, good morning.
Good morning, Princess.
Welcome to Inside Niger this week.
Thank you very much.
And Happy New Week to you.
Same to you.
All right. Now, the week starts very hot because over the weekend up into Monday, Oga Presidency, the Office of the Presidency, they collect Toto. If you enter for some newspapers, they say so far in the last 2 years, Presidency don't spend at least 34.39 billion naira on foreign exchange purchase for its international travels. And then they still also mention, say so far, just January 2026, it all spent 22 days outside of the country. And CSOs, Nigerians, the opposition parties, they talk. Who they para, even though in own party chairman, that's Oga Yelwata, they come out now and talk, say, look, all this journey with Presido, the journey, it is for the interest of the country. But I also see, say, you even do an interview where you also weigh into it. But can we really say, is it a bad thing, say, Oga Presido, they travel? Because they bring record, say, the one way go UAE, there was some investment that they did, there's some agreement. Even this Turkey way go now, they don't they put on there and say they do different investment, they bring stronger relationship between us and these countries. So why would they para?
We go need to para when there's no clarity in some of this movement. We go need to para when there's no transparency in most of the move where then they make. We go need to para when we discover, say, now wasteful travel, now Oga Presido been they do. And we go need to para when we no see immediate result in some of these things where they talk about. If you check from all this traveling where they do, number one, Oga Presido lately no go even tell us when he dey return. We go here say he enter Turkey. From there we go here say Oga Presido don't enter another place. We know the inside the statement before he even come out from the country. And you no go tell me say now suddenly now he get mind to say one cross to another country. We don't get this kind of a situation like sometimes people will follow him, don't return, he no come back. We need clarity on some of these things as number one citizen. Then again, let's come back to this spending 34 billion naira on Forex in the name of traveling, waiting, how many billion naira these travels don't already bring to our side? How many industry we don't already get? How many investors where then they claim, say they go, they attract, don't come to Nigeria? You know, put your house in order. You want people to come in. in the name of, okay, I want travel, I want go woo some of these people. If they are coming to come and do what? To come and share for the Christmas money? Or do you think there's somebody that want to commit himself or herself to business will not come and do feasibility study? If they want to do feasibility assessment of Nigeria right now, does anybody even need to even enter the country before you go know say the house no to make sense in terms of security? Do we need them to come on board before they will be able to understand that we have been dangling between 3,500 and 5,000 megawatts of electricity for almost 2 decades and we were not able to improve any? Do they need to know, do they need to come to the country to know that almost every day would you always get national grid collapse? Almost every day to 0 point. So if you check some of these things, you don't need to, if you have good product, it will sell itself. It will sell itself. So when that result is not coming from some of these travelings, you are just wasting taxpayers' money to embark on journey. What you're supposed to do, your primary objective, the responsibility, remain here. Probably the cabal will now take over to be running the affairs of the country when you are away. So if you are not strong enough to be in charge, let us know.
Okay. Now, but if you check the record, the report where they talk, they say when he travel go Abu Dhabi for the 2026 edition of the Abu Dhabi Sustainability Week, Nigeria been signed comprehensive economic partnership agreement under which United Arab Emirates go comot tariff on over 7,000 products of our Nigerian exporters in matter of agriculture and industrial projects. Now, when you also go this Turkey, now we also don't see for newspaper now. Say the two countries sit down, they sign agreement on diaspora policy, defense cooperation, joint declaration, where they go take arrange economy and trade joint committee. They also sign arrangement on halal quality infrastructure, higher education, media and communication, diplomacy academy, and plenty other arrangements. Them they even get how they put about some millions of naira where they say they bring what's with this Turkey arrangement into the country. So are we still saying, say truly, all this in journey now, they bring anything back for us?
Here is waiting we they talk about. They can easily sign some of these things. We are good at signing agreements here and there. In terms of implementation, how many of these agreements they will be able to implement? How many of those ones he had started signing since 2023 till today that we are seeing result of some of these things? Only when we have this backlash of, okay, stay in your country, stop moving here and there. That is when we get this kind of responses. They have signed an agreement to do this. They have done this to do that. Why can't media even pick the story immediately when this thing was done? Why must we be relying on this, their press releases? Again, agreement signing does not resort to, okay, we are getting response or final benefit from it. Because if you check some of the content of this agreement they're even talking about now, when it has to do with implementation, then go talk say Nigeria still do their own part of the agreement. They may back out of the agreement. At a point, we did this country when the former spokesperson of the president, Ajuri, when they talk, say this country don't already come out Nigeria from this, and based on Oga President traveling and stuff like that, UAE. Eventually, what happened? They came back to counter that statement. So we are used to all these statements here and there. We need results. We need action. If we are not getting it, we will still be complaining. We will still be lamenting. Because we have issues here. You can't fix it. You can't make your institution strong for those people to come seamlessly, naturally, for you to be able to attract them. Not you lobbying them. No, attract them. When you are doing something great, those things that you are doing will sell itself. For instance, there is a particular governor in the country right now that you hardly see his advertisement on radio, on TV, or anywhere. But people are commending him in the South. You understand? They are commending him almost every time without him running a single advertisement on radio or TV. If investors will come, they will rather go to that particular state because of waiting the governor when they do. Not all this lobby, when you know that there are challenges. We don't have any sustainable policy in this country. Policies somersault here and there. You do try and error. This one no work. You jump to another one. Is this that kind of inconsistency you want to attract investors? Or the agreement that most of this agreement is not like, okay, what can I get? What can you get from me? What can I get from you? It's based on say we over rely on these guys to come and rescue situation for us. And the moment you continue in that kind of situation, whenever they are now imposing their policies on you, don't be claiming suffering at that time. Let your policies, let your good doings, let your delivery, let it attract these people to come to the country. Not you lobby, you are capable of doing this, you are doing PR almost everywhere. But when they come here, the reality is totally contradictory. It don't make any sense.
So what are we saying now? What do you tell the Presido right now?
What we are telling the Presido is that let Presido fix our peculiar challenge or challenges in the country. Let these people naturally say, oh, we now discover that, oh, this is the current economic situation of Nigeria. This is the current security situation in Nigeria. This is how their policies are now being initiated and being implemented seamlessly. All these factors will attract them. This jumping from one place to another in the name of looking for investors or signing endless agreements without being implemented, it don't make sense to our economy. We are spending more money in all this travel we are doing. We are spending more money. Taxpayers' money is being spent. So we need to question him where you are going to. When are you returning? You can imagine, in last year that I spent 580 days out of 580 days in office. 180 days out of 580 days, he spent it abroad. Doing what? So what has it brought to us? If you are claiming that, okay, this one they just signed in January, the one they've been signing since 2023, can't we be feeling the result by now?
If we say if they sign agreement, they bring things, how come we never start to the film by now? Call our money, they ask questions and then we really they hope for answers. Now, not be only Oga President, Presidency, they collect water, because even state governments now don't they collect para from different CSOs, different joint bodies, and even the media, because now they don't question say, like if you check the calculation of how much the federation account pay to states them in 2025, say it reach about 9 trillion naira. And up till now, different joint bodies, civil society groups, opposition parties, they para for them, say, despite this amount of money, despite the increase inside the allocation, we know they see any impacts. We know they see anything where state governments them they do for the betterment of country people. Though some, if you still check, some states still get the ones that where they praise them, but majority say they don't get this impact. How do we go about this? Where do we go from here?
Yeah, if you ask them, they no go talk. We they see difference. The difference is that now we get more of them pushing more budget in their respective state. Before now, there is no single state in Nigeria where their budget don't enter trillion. But we are now seeing it. I think the likes of Lagos and Rivers now, their budget don't enter trillion. The one where they sit down around 100 and something billion, 200 billion, don't they deal close to 1 trillion. So that one na improvement. Again, to be fair to them, before I go condemn some of their moves, they say that figure, the same way they happen to Nigerians, when we say they go say, how I take spend this 100,000 naira now we are enter market. It happen to them too. We are seeing that figure is increasing, but waiting be the value of that figure. That one too na challenge to them, because waiting then go use that 200 billion where they collect before they do 600 billion naira. Now they go use do am now. Okay. That one too, they contribute to the reason why they might not be able to perform the way people would expect, because the moment where they don't already float naira, where they thought, say, okay, now free market for everybody, now no black market again, where the thing jump from 400 naira to 1,500 naira, the purchasing power now still this particular currency where they talk about. So that one too, they contribute.
But the fact that the dollar is now coming down, so far I think it's about 1.4, as it 1.4, be 1.3 now.
It has always been dangling between 1.4 and 6 for years.
But so this so far, this January, since we entered January, it's like it's just been coming down.
It has not entered 1,300. It has been almost between 1,004 1,005, 1,006. You understand? Compare where he come from, 400 naira. If you see the gap, you go know say it dey wide well. I'm not saying this to exonerate the governors, the reason why they no supposed to work. No, I'm not saying that. Because that time when they collect that chikele money too, then they claim say, then they work. Then get capital project inside their annual budget. So wetin they do with this capital project? And apart from this money where then they even collect as we speak right now, they still rely on some of these foreign interventions from donors. They are still helping them hugely. In fact, if you comot these international donors hand from our health sector in Nigeria, we are in a serious problem. So if you check it, because we don't have proper accountability in the country. We don't have, for instance, the local government we're supposed to do things grassroots, the governors still not allow them to get access to their money. And they have this impression, say, I get immunity for either 4 years or 8 years. So regardless of whatever these guys are saying, they can only be making noise. In fact, they refer to Nigerians as noisemakers. So no matter how, yes, 1 week, 2 weeks, they will pick another thing and discuss it. So the mechanism of holding these people accountable will not really get them. Due process will not get them. Some of the capital projects, if they tell us, okay, they won't do procurement, if you check the bogus amount where they put there, it no go make whatever little we get to be reasonable to do some of these capital projects. Because anything government, if now something where you want to use 15 naira to do, then go tell you say now 200 naira or 500 naira. So no matter how big the money is, the moment where this one's factor, my national chairman in my party is supposed to chop so percentage from this money. Oh, I supposed to get kickback of so amount. Before you know it, when he won't reach the real person, we won't even go to the site to go do these things. Where they talk about, now small money. And that one too, because he know waiting they approve for him and waiting they give him, he too go do anyhow for the site. He go do anyhow because the people who don't chop the money, they know say if they escalate anyhow when do, he too go escalate the amount where they give them compared to the amount where they approve. So this is how the situation get everywhere. We don't have that structure to hold our leaders accountable. If they don't say our governors get immunity, they cannot do without the influence of civil servants. The civil servants, do they get immunity? But they will use their own immunity to cover up for the meantime where they go there, except maybe they change party before you go see, say, the successor, because they say, okay, I want to probe. And out of this probe, where they always push, how many of them they successful? How many of these people, they don't carry go court, or maybe court jail them, or they recover some of this money from them? So it is unfortunate because we can only shout the way they talk about it, but the truth of the matter is that this immunity factor, and for the fact, say, our institutions are not working. Because if only one governor gets immunity, if the institution strong well, the institution go flag when they want to make this procurement. The institution go flag, say, okay, you get capital project, you get recurrent expenditure in your annual budget. What kind of priority are you giving to capital project where poor people go benefit?
Sorry, when you say institutions, which institutions do they talk exactly?
I'm talking about every single government institution.
That's
For
like
instance,
AFCC,
we get
ICPC.
not that one at the point of prosecution. Also, they don't already discover say something issues happen. You understand?
So you're saying they get some institutions.
Institution from, okay, you want to sign a contract now, we get a body that will look into it to make sure say they do the needful. You want to buy a street light, you propose 1 million naira per street light. But in reality, we know say now 150,000 or 200,000 naira they set down for budget and they will pass it. There are institutions that are supposed to flag it to say, no, this is not the current reality. This is the amount. Part of it, now legislature then get oversight. That they're supposed to say, okay, we will not allow this thing to happen. But when they pack this thing, hurriedly, they push it to them. And in the course of implementation, they prioritize whatever they put inside it. And because then too, they will need to pack, they will need to add their own constituency project that are supposed to be the responsibility of local government, but they put it on their head. They will bring their constituency projects from their respective constituents to Abuja to say, okay, this is what we want to do. So the entire system is weak. The institutions are very weak. So because of that, we can't hold anybody accountable. The only thing we can be doing is occasional, prosecution of this, prosecution of that, like with the witness with Malami as we speak right now. They'll just pick one person they want to deal with, and the noise will be everywhere. But if you want to check every single government officials in this country, say, may call the torchlight their move, go no say the corruption we will be talking about, it is not even endemic, it is pandemic. The virus is spreading almost every day. Nobody is ready to fight it. When they are making the fight, to you, it's more a political move.
Okay, so a few questions on this matter. Some people now don't come out and talk, say, even the ones that will be say then they even try. Say, wetin that they do, no match wetin the people really want. Some mention the issue of doing bridges, doing a flyover, when wetin the people want now, maybe more of like some farm grants or some maybe school, educational facilities or health, resource. But instead, that they make road foul, they do urbanization. That one, does it also matter? How state governments then suppose they do wetin the people really want?
The point is because they don't ask the people, what do you really want?
So that's the state governors.
If the structure no dey there for them to even ask these people. How do I mean? If you allow local government to take care of their capital projects nationwide, 774 of them, trust me, they know that this particular community need bridge for them to carry farm produce to the city. It affects so many things. They know that, okay, this particular location need water. Just imagine how many of those communities now governor won't put on top of his head to remember. Instead, when they get access to this money, they will just flash these locations. Okay, do this. They may not be like, say, we no touch anything for this local government. But if it is the chairman that will be in charge of the local government and fund, they will be able to identify some of those capital projects within their locality and do it. But governor will prioritize the city. Oh, whenever I'm having visitors from Abuja, let them know that, oh, all is well in my state. That's the reason why they will be lobbying for airport. If they don't get one, they will call it cargo airport. But in reality, when they get it, now for them to be able to move, to hit their movement, no any cargo anywhere. So when they now get some of those things, they prioritize city. That's why you see existing road that is making sense, but because of little pothole, they say they want to revamp the entire thing. They want to start afresh. Why people are struggling in the villages? The reason why many of them, their farm produce will be spoiling in the village. And we still be lamenting our agri sector that we don't have enough food. We don't have food security. So the idea is for them to allow local government chairmen to get access to their capital project. They know better. And no matter how they even claim that, okay, they may also abuse it, they may also misuse it. At least, if you have provision of capital project of 100 in your local government, if you can able to do 20 there, I bet you, if you channel that money through state government, they may not achieve 2 out of that 20 you'll be able to do. Because you see it all, you know it better. Most of these local government chairmen, yes sir, then they do for their governors. If not, the next day they will mobilize their councillor against them and they will be impeached. So this now the main challenge we will debate right now. And if they don't really address this local government fund for them to be financially independent, this autonomy, it go hard to see some of these places getting any form of improvement. Because when we're talking about dividends of democracy, if it's not touching the grassroots, no matter grammar you are blowing at the center, it's amount to nothing. Because if you check the number of people that are staying in the city compared to the number of people in the grassroots in any state across Nigeria, is around maybe 20-80%.
Okay, so if I understand it, so they round up the program, make local government get that power of themselves, make them give them their independence, their autonomy. It will go a long way to stop all of this problem of, say, states them, say citizens, they know they feel impact of states allocation.
Yes, because just imagine, say, something we get to do with local government. Federal lawmakers, they carry and come Abuja. say, let me be in charge. So what is the responsibility of the local government? And you now discover that the counterproductive way they there and the wastefulness, the way they waste our money anyhow, that same project then get workers for local government we're supposed to probably execute it or do some part of it, that we are paying those people salary. But lawmaker will carry the matter in the name of constituency project come Abuja. When they enter Abuja, they will go and engage an independent person, a consultant, to come and do that stuff. And local government workers will remain. They will be waiting for every 30th of the month to get their alert for doing nothing. So if you check it, they need to address local government autonomy before we can get any reasonable development nationwide. Not the way the situation is right now.
Okay, last question as we go. The governors now, you mentioned something of saying they get immunity. Now, I think they use cover plus all of the corruption and then no oversight and everything. But anytime where they leave that place, immunity no cover them again. So why can't these institutions now stand up and actually probe the work we then do that time and see wetin then do with immunity then we cover them?
You talk about can these institutions. That is if we get strong institutions.
But the EFCC, ICPC, they seem to be strong. They seem to be, we just mentioned Malami now, so that they follow in matter now bumper to bumper.
They seem to
so why
be
can't
strong
they do that for
if
all?
we get more of these people being jailed, not trial. There's a difference between media trial and concluding on that trial. For instance, Malami don't they talk about close to R1 billion now, wait us in a gift.
Yes.
Then give them.
Gift and salary.
The EFCC, they talk, say, okay, then they push a bill before the National Assembly, unexplainable words. How you want to explain now? How they need to jail you on top of that one. Then again, we have 1,001 Malamis that they've not been able to touch. 1,001 Malamis outside there. So if you say they are strong, they are doing this thing, this selective and prosecution, it don't go to make sense. And again, how many of those cases are they winning? How many of them are they convicting? How many recovery are they making? Most of the recovery, they are even relucting it. The reason why I say strong institution, no day. So, if we don't have strong institutions, we go continue to struggle with this kind of situation. And for the former governors, that they still enjoy their forever immunity, even though they no right answer in constitution, is now left for the people in charge, like the likes of EFCC. Unfortunately, if those former belongs to the ruling party, they might be having their way. When they thought, okay, the moment you enter our party, your sins are forgiven. So institution no strong. If institution strong, even if you be PA to Oga President, the current president, shortly after you finish your tenure in your state, that institution is supposed to meet to identify you, to flag all the errors under your watch, and for you to be prosecuted and convicted. But we don't have that right now.
We don't have that right now. That's now wetin Kola Wole money. The yan be that Kola. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you for having me.
I think already I have your final words. You don't hear say plenty things them they happen. We need stronger institutions. We need oversight. We need accountability. We also need to hold our leaders accountable and the ginger for local governments them to fit to stand on their own if we really want to begin to feel the impact and dividends of democracy and the increase inside the allocations we states them they get. This now where we go close the curtain on top of the program today, but join us tomorrow, same time, same station for another wonderful one. Until then, we're on all social media platforms at CHRICED Radio TV. Our website now www.CHRICED Radio and TV.